Welcome to the CPM Customer Success Podcast, where we help Office of Finance leaders enable an exact solution to enhance their corporate performance without spending countless nights and weekends in the office. Hi, I'm your host, Andy Smetana with Nova Advisory. Nova Advisory is a 100% OneStream professional services diamond implementation partner. We help OneStream customers and prospective OneStream customers get the most out of their OneStream investments. And for CPM Customer Success listeners, we now have a weekly newsletter to keep you informed on the latest CPM Customer Success news. By subscribing today, we'll keep you informed on episode releases, including customer success stories, OneStream interviews, and capabilities to keep you up to date about OneStream's unified platform for finance. You can check that out now at Nova Advisory's website, novaadvisory.com/podcast, and subscribe to the CPM Customer Success Podcast newsletter today. This episode, we're tackling one of the most common yet underappreciated areas in finance, and that's cash planning. Not just any kind of cash planning, we're talking about automated, integrated, and strategically aligned cash planning within OneStream. Let's face it, no finance leader wakes up excited about manually updating cash flow spreadsheets. So today, we're going to show you how to replace guesswork with confidence, complexity with clarity, and delays with real-time visibility. We'll also highlight a powerful CPM customer success story from a global logistics leader. So stick with us, this one is worth every second. It's time to talk about how the headaches we've learned to live with, but shouldn't have to, why cash planning hurts so much. Pain points, we all know them. We all feel them. Let's break them down, the most common we see at Nova Advisory in cash planning. There's manual processes that dominate. Finance teams rely on massive, fragile Excel workbooks. They're copying and pasting numbers from multiple sources. They're risking errors and they're wasting valuable time. And there's really no real-time view. By the time you consolidate data from your ERPs, your bank portals, spreadsheets, the picture is already outdated. It's like trying to drive forward while looking in the rearview mirror. There's data silos between Treasury, FP&A, and accounting, which makes it hard to collaborate or align. One group's forecast doesn't match the other's assumptions, and no one knows, well, which version's right. There's intercompany transactions that are a nightmare. There's inaccurate eliminations and delays distorting the actual cash position. Scenario planning is slow and reactive. You want to simulate what happens if receivables slow down or supplier delays occur. Well, good luck trying to do that in Excel. The bottom line, you don't have control. You don't have confidence, and you definitely don't have agility. So let's now talk about how OneStream can fix this. OneStream offers a fully unified cash planning solution built into its intelligence finance platform. This means it's not a bolt-on. It's native, it's secure, and it's connected to the rest of your financial world. Here's how it works. Well, cash planning, it's seamlessly integrated with your actuals, your budgets, and your forecasts. You're not working from different systems with inconsistent data. You're using one platform, one source of the truth. You can plan cash using direct, indirect, or hybrid cash flow methods. Direct, well, that's based on actual cash inflows and outflows. So think about things like receipts and vendor payments. Indirect, you can start with net income and adjust for working capital, capital expenditures, and financing. In hybrid, you can use both methods based on business unit or reporting needs. You can forecast short term, so like the next 13 weeks, or longer term, 12 plus months, all side by side. With scenario modeling built directly into the solution, you can simulate anything from supply chain delays to revenue drops and instantly see their cash flow impacts. Thanks to the flow dimension within OneStream, OneStream doesn't just show you static values, it explains exactly how those values are changed. This gives you deeper visibility into the driver of your cash position. And most importantly, cash planning connects directly with other solutions like capital planning, workforce planning, and long-range planning. So you're not building isolated plans, you're building dynamic end-to-end financial strategy. The platform's extensibility also means you can tailor cash planning models right in for your industry, whether you're in manufacturing, logistics, healthcare, or retail. It's agile, it's accurate, and it's built for CFO level decision making. So let's zoom out from the platform. Let's talk about what really matters as you, as a finance or accounting leader, look to implement a better cash planning process for your organization. With OneStream's cash planning solution, you gain full control over your short and long-term cash visibility. You enable proactive liquidity management, not reactive patchwork. You create a culture of transparency across FP&A, Treasury, and operational finance. You align cash planning to real business drivers, things like sales, hiring, capital spend, and your supply chain. You position finance as a strategic business advisor, not just a number cruncher. So especially in a volatile economy, cash is king. Having clear answers to questions like, well, can we invest in growth this quarter? Do we need to borrow short term? Can we renegotiate terms with our vendors? All of those things are game changers, and OneStream makes that possible. So let's now look at what happens when this solution is put into action. Let's talk about one of the world's largest logistics companies, headquartered in Australia and Singapore, with operations in more than 50 countries throughout the globe and over 500 entities globally. Before OneStream, the company's treasury and finance teams were overwhelmed. They managed cash flow using a patchwork of regional spreadsheets. They manually consolidated across their countries and currencies, which created long delays, with limited transparency and no strategic forecasting. Their pain was real. They had fragmented visibility into their cash positions. They had no unified source of truth between Treasury and FP&A. They had no ability to run scenarios quickly. Their manual input errors led to constant mistrust in forecasts. This customer chose OneStream to overhaul their financial systems. Here's what happened. They standardized their cash planning using OneStream's hybrid approach. Direct method for short-term treasury use, indirect for longer-range FP&A forecasts. They integrated actuals from their ERP directly into OneStream, ensuring real-time updates. They connected planning models to capture capital expenditure projects, sales performance, and workforce data, and they created a full picture. They rolled out scenario modeling across the group. That included geopolitical risk simulations, changes in shipping volumes, and foreign exchange shocks. And the results they achieved? Well, they achieved 70% reduction in manual data entry and spreadsheet usage. They have real-time cash visibility across all those 500 legal entities. They now have a faster month-end close, and they have dramatically improved the Treasury forecasting accuracy. They've got the ability to simulate cash positions under multiple economic conditions. Their finance and treasury teams, well, they're aligned like never before. One finance leader even said, well, and they said it best, before OneStream, we reported the past. Now we help shape the future. The treasury function at this logistics giant evolved from a reactive operational group to a forward-looking business partner that helps guide business decisions. And that's the power of OneStream. So if you're thinking about upgrading your cash planning process, well, here are 5 pro tips. Number 1, make it core. Cash planning isn't a side project. It should sit at the heart of your financial planning and analysis. Number 2, start with data clarity. Good inputs drive great forecasts. Number 3, integrate your ERP and operational systems. Include Treasury early. They understand liquidity risk better than anyone in your organization, and they must be part of the design. Number 4, invest in scenario planning. Make it part of your monthly rhythm, not a crisis-only activity. Number 5, work with experts. Choose an implementation partner that speaks both finance and technology. Nova Advisory can help you every step of the way on your finance transformation journey. So let's close with this. Cash planning isn't just about tracking dollars. It's about enabling confident decisions. And when you use OneStream, you eliminate the noise. You unify your data, you align your people, and you empower your team to lead a business forward with confidence. And that's not just finance transformation, that's leadership. Thanks again for joining today's episode of CPM Customer Success. And a reminder, check out the CPM Customer Success weekly email newsletter to stay informed of the latest CPM Customer Success episodes and OneStream news. You can check that out at Nova Advisory's website, novaadvisory.com/podcast, and subscribe to the CPM Customer Success newsletter today. Thanks again for listening, and I'll catch you next week for another episode of CPM Customer Success.